Welcome back to another episode of PTV. I'm Dayton Huguenin.
And I'm Carson Lytle. A lot has been happening at PHS since our last episode.
That includes one of our biggest events of the spring. I'm talking about prom. We'll start our recap of those festivities by giving you a glance at this year's promenade.
I want you to wear this at K-State, okay? What? Why? Why? What's wrong with it? It's a gift from me to you. You don't like this?
Not that one.
I did not know a maker could look so good, honestly. Where'd you kidnap her from? Because she's awfully good looking for you. I'm just saying. Are you guys from Phillipsburg here? Yep. Oh yeah, because you're going to prom here. That'd be a good deal here. Did your dad teach you how to dance? Your mom did. I would too. Your dad has trouble just walking. Alright, I guess that concludes our walkout for the evening. Thank you guys for coming.
After walking the red carpet and cruising through town, it was time for the actual dance.
James Crasher was there to give you this report.
Prom season is here, and PHS has gone all out with Nashville as their theme. Some people might think prom is about dancing and singing, but it's just about having a good time.
Going pretty good. I mean, I'm having a good time, and I'm excited for post-prom, you know? It's just, I'm itching for it.
Some people go to prom for the dance, while others come to go to post-prom.
I came to prom for the prizes after post-prom.
I'm pretty much just looking forward to, post-prom. I'm pretty excited for that.
The staff has to make sure that prom runs smoothly.
Well, I'd say the only challenge would be just the amount of time that it takes. You know, I have to breathalyze all the kids. I'm always hoping that I never catch anybody.
For PTV, this is James Krausar.
Although the dance is the main event of the evening, what a lot of students look forward to the most is what happens afterwards.
This year's post-prom did not disappoint. Like always, it was full of fun games and activities, as you'll see in this next segment.
Post-prom is a fun event that takes place every year after prom. Students can play games, eat food, and even win prizes. Some parents find themselves helping out.
My job at post-prom is the bingo caller. I've been on the post-prom committee for almost 12 years.
Everyone enjoys post-prom, but just like anything, people have their favorite parts.
My favorite part of post-prom is seeing the kids get excited when they win something.
Students also have their favorite parts at post-prom.
Definitely my favorite thing about post-prom is the hypnotist. As a senior, I definitely love dancing, so that was good. I am a little sad I haven't won anything on bingo yet, so hopefully I win something, but I think it's going pretty good.
The night comes to an end with prizes for seniors and juniors that sold their raffle tickets. For PTV, this is Aaliyah Brunick.
Although prom is an important part of spring activities for high schoolers, younger kids look forward to the fun and celebration that Easter brings.
Members of Phillipsburg Chamber and Main Street work hard to help kids in the area have a good time on this special day, as you'll see in this next story. Take a look.
The Easter Bunny once again delighted kids of all ages as he visited the courthouse lawn and left several eggs to be collected.
Well, we had our annual Phillipsburg Chamber and Main Street Easter egg hunt, and of course you've probably seen a lot of people here today, and we're so excited and thank everyone for coming. And we had over 5,000 eggs, and I do 350 Easter bags a year. So, and we want to thank the businesses that sponsor this and that help us put this on and make things and put things in the bags. And so it's just a very nice event the day before Easter.
So we're up here at the Chamber of Commerce Easter egg hunt, and we all went Easter egg hunting, right? Did you guys get some eggs?
Yeah, I got 100.
Yeah, they got lots of eggs.
The annual egg hunt is not only an exciting adventure for kids, but it also brings shoppers to the town to support the local businesses as well.
Why? Just because it's just something that is very popular, and it just kind of gets everybody out on the square, and then they get to go into the businesses to get their bags, and so maybe they'll see something else that they want to shop for later on once they go into that business. So it's just to help support the businesses, and it just makes a great day. And it's a beautiful Saturday. For once, it's usually cold and windy and yucky out, but we'll take today.
After placing all the eggs on the courthouse lawn, the Easter Bunny made sure to stick around so that the kids could visit him and get a picture taken. For PTV, this is James Krausar.
I'm going to beat EJ Hall because I'm taller than him.
My name is EJ Hall, and Alex is going down.
Go down, Chickpea.
You're going down, Chickpea.
Don't quote that.
Boom!
That wasn't funny. You suck.
Boom! Roasted. Think harder, not harder.
Uh-oh. Shoot.
He licked him. No, I didn't.
You licked him. No.
So the reason I won is because superiority over the most.
You cheater.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
That's for cheating. Oh.
Not only did the Easter Bunny visit Phillipsburg recently, but we also had a surprise visitor come to our high school.
That's right. Senator Jerry Moran was in town and popped in to see what was going on at PHS. Here's a closer look at that.
Last Friday, PHS received a surprise visit from Senator Jerry Moran.
Part of what I want to do is just make certain that I understand what's going on in schools so that I can do my job better in Washington. But the real motivation is to see if I can figure out how to connect with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. I just want to know students and how they think and what's going on in their lives, and this is my attempt to do it.
Visiting schools helps politicians stay connected with what's really going on in schools.
Students ought to have input into what they need to know. How are you doing, and are you getting the classes that you need? And I think there are some things that don't happen in our small schools, but it's compensated for by every student is involved in everything, and every teacher knows every student and their family and sits down and makes sure they have success. So oversight happens at home.
Seniors had the chance to hear the senator's story, along with some advice.
I don't have great advice for what someone should do. I mean, I think it's important that I worry about the country today, for example, about do people want to work? And as we go off to college, as we go into the workforce, as we enter the military, man, be committed to what you're doing. Make sure you do it well. Make sure you work as hard as you can to be the best at it.
For PTV, this is Sophia.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.
I appreciate having visitors come to our classes to give us a new perspective on whatever our teachers are trying to teach us. I think it makes it more interesting and relevant.
I agree. And I think the middle school students would also say the same thing about an author who visited them to share her book and her personal experiences during a very troubling time. Take a look.
To memorialize her experiences growing up during the Holocaust, Mildred Schindler Jansen wrote a book, and she visited Phillipsburg Middle School to give students a first-hand account of what it was like.
I wanted to write it down for my grandchildren. I have 6 grandchildren. And my brother died when he was 74, and I was the only living survivor of our family. And so I wanted my grandchildren to know where I came from. And therefore, I got a tablet, a yellow tablet, and at age 88, I started writing down things that, as I remembered, I was hoping I could still remember. That's why I started writing when I did. And I did about 8 to 10 pages. And then this came about, and I said, oh no, no book, no book. I just want to write it down for my grandchildren and my brother's children. And that's how it came about, that the book came about.
5th and 6th grade students had previously read her book in class, so this was a way students could follow up with questions and hear her story in her own voice.
I gained a lot of knowledge on the book that we read at school with all our classmates, and an inside personnel from someone who actually experienced the war. It's pretty crazy to be hearing that, but it happened, so.
Knowing how it is to not having your family around, knowing how it is just to survive when something bad is happening, and it's just crazy how she did it.
Mrs. Jansen hopes the students understand how lucky they are to live in this country.
How fortunate they are to live in this country. You're free. I was not. I was 15 when the Russians came, and that meant we were not free under Hitler, but when the Russians came, it really, really got bad for us, what we had to go through. We lost our home, we lost our farm. We had to leave within 2 hours. They made us leave our farm within 2 hours and can you imagine, what would you take when they tell you to leave your home in 2 hours? Not much.
For PTV, this is Dayton Huguenin.
I think they called your name.
Our FFA members at PHS are particularly busy during the spring. From livestock judging contests to preparing for banquets, they really do a lot this time of year.
Although they're busy with competitions, they still took the time out of their schedule to share their knowledge about animals with the elementary students. Here's more on that.
The Phillipsburg FFA hosted their day at the barnyard out at the fairgrounds. So today was our day at the barnyard. We put it on with Farm Bureau, Phillips County Farm Bureau. And so we brought grade school students from surrounding schools to come learn about agriculture, animals, machinery, safety, things like that. We had sheep, goats, horses, chickens, pigs, and cattle.
The FFA members enjoyed teaching the elementary kids about the animals.
I think teaching the young kids about agriculture is a really good thing because we got to know where our food comes from, and not many kids do in the inner cities these days. So we're trying to communicate to our younger generation of our counties and just teach them just a little bit about where their food comes from. That way they know just the basics of when they get out in the real world.
The day at the barnyard also helps the FFA members.
It's a really good leadership task for FFA kids to get into. It's a simple way to help influence kids, teach them. It's just really easy to do some like little bit of one-on-one with each one of them. Like you ask a kid a question, they give you a response, and then you kind of expand on that. It's just a simple way to help with your public speaking skills or just simply teaching.
For PTV, this is Luke Hoover.
Since we're on the subject of our elementary students, this would be a good time to also take a look at one of their big events of the spring.
Their spring music concert. Michael Vanderveen shows us a recap of that.
To have fun and showcase their singing skills, Phillipsburg elementary students performed at their annual spring concert.
Our elementary spring program is where all of our students in the elementary come together to create an event that brings the whole school together, everybody in the community and everyone at the school, including teachers, parents, paras, and students.
Students put in a lot of effort preparing for this event.
We sing our songs, of course, we learn dances, we do activities for the movies that go with our songs, so that way they know where it's coming from, what's going into it, and they understand how important this practice and getting this prepared is.
The night ended with a glowing dance in the dark.
I think this year it was the songs and the dance. The dance at the end is something that they've been looking forward to for 6 months, so they're excited about that.
For PTV, this is Michael Vanderveen.
And since we're on the subject of music, this seems like the perfect time to take a look at how our high schoolers did at regional contest. Take a look.
PHS music students put their talents to the test as they competed at the regional contest in Oberlin.
So we went to regional solo and ensemble contest in Oberlin, and it was basically a whole bunch of different high schools from the area, and all of us are competing both with vocal and instrumental solos and then like small groups singing together or playing together.
Both vocal and instrumental groups performed well and will be sending several entries to state.
So we took 7 soloists, instrumental soloists, and so they each got a rating. We had 5 1s, 1 2, and 1 3. And the people that got 1s were Callie Leidig, Leighton Wyatt, Jaden Allen, William Mooney, and Adrian Hassel. McKenna Ressam got a 2, and Hannah Walker got a 3.
Overall, we did really well. We took 4 vocal ensembles, and 3 of the 4 vocal ensembles earned 1s, which means that they will go and perform at state in 2 weeks. The other vocal ensemble received a 2, which is still an excellent rating. We had 2 vocal solos receive 1s, and then the majority of the rest of them received 2s and 3s.
Performing for a judge can be nerve-wracking, but it also can be a lot of fun.
Saturday was really fun. It was a good experience, and I am hoping to go back next year and hopefully making it to state.
For PTV, this is Nathan Fisher.
I'm Caden Seams, and I'm obviously going to win because I'm way better than them.
My name is Rod Rodriguez, and I'm going to win because these 2 guys suck.
My name's Trey Sanchez, and I'm obviously gonna win, and they know it. That's why they're throwing stuff at me.
Oh, that's trash. You is. You terrible. You didn't make 1. 0 for 3. How do you even make close to yourself? You're breaking them. You haven't made 1. You said you were gonna be good. Yeah, you were good. You got this down.
The first one was good.
Oh,
you can't
the
watch it.
Come on. You're cheating. Oh.
Oh, it bounced out.
It bounced out? Ow! That hurt. Close my eyes, good. Did that make that one? No, you didn't. No way. Oh. I hit it out of the air, yes.
Stop it. Oh, I'm out. He's getting them all.
Yes, I hit it. Yes!
Stop it. Dang it.
Yes.
As the spring semester winds down, a lot of activities gear up for state competition. Journalism students competed virtually earlier this month, and SCCLA competed earlier this week.
And our forensic team is preparing to head to Wichita early in May for state. But before that, they had one last time to practice their performances as they held their forensic showcase for the public to view. Take a look.
Pirate ship. You lived on a pirate ship? I want to live on a pirate ship. Da-da-dum-dum-da-da-dum.
What do fun pirate scenes, dramatic portrayals of abuse,
You are so weak!
and informative speeches about laughter all have in common? All of those, plus many more, were performed at the
2023 Forensics Showcase.
We have this showcase to give our community members an opportunity to see these performances. Oftentimes at our tournaments, they have to travel hours to go watch them, and that's not usually very handy at all. So this is an opportunity for the community to come in and watch these performances and see what forensics is all about. And I think our group tonight did a good job of really showing what forensics is.
I thought it was really good. People got to see what forensics is really about, because when we perform at competitions, they don't get to watch it. They just hear our results and how we did. But now they get to see kind of the behind the scenes of how it works and what we are winning our medals with.
Performing in front of a larger audience of friends and family is quite a bit different from how students perform at competition.
Well, in front of one person is scary enough, especially when they're judging you, but this is a lot different because it was people you know. When you see a judge, you don't know them, and so it's a lot easier to act it out. But when you're in front of people you know, you're like, oh, I'm going to see them tomorrow at school. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking, but on the plus side, they aren't like writing down the things that you do wrong or anything. They're just enjoying it. They aren't going to rank you.
The students are always going to have a little extra nerves performing in front of people that they know and a bigger audience, but they handled those nerves really well, and I think the audience enjoyed it, so I'm real happy with how Forensics Night went today.
Can I help you? I've been man. I don't have this gonna change.
Overall, the showcase was a success.
I thought it was pretty cool. It was a neat experience. I haven't been to a forensics meet yet, so it was cool to experience it.
For PTV, this is Harm Minor.
With so many activities going on during the spring, I've been absent for a lot of my classes.
I know what you mean, and several teachers have to be gone as well to coach those activities. That means that we have to rely on substitute teachers to help us out.
Being a substitute teacher is sometimes a thankless job, but we want to make sure to tell our subs that we really do appreciate what they do.
Here's a closer look at our substitute teachers.
As spring activities come into full bloom, so does the substitute calendar, and this creates a challenge for PHS Secretary Kylie Black, who works hard to schedule our subs.
This year's been a little difficult. We are very short on subs. We have about 3 subs that sub here at the high school. Our busiest months are November, December, and late March, April, because that's when our busiest sports season is. So we are down to minimal subs and covers almost every day.
Being a substitute teacher can be a great job for those looking for freedom and flexibility in their schedules.
I like subbing because I like the flexibility. Like I can pick and choose the days that work for me as a part-time job.
It allows me my freedom to still do what I want to do, but then I'm able to still be involved with students.
It's very flexible. Substituting is very flexible because if I have something else to do and they call, and I can say yes or no to any day that they ask me.
Substitute teachers also enjoy getting to the students and the different subjects as well.
I like to substitute because it's fun to interact with the kids here at the high school, and it's kind of fun to do the different subjects, something new every time I come in.
I like that it's changes with the day, different schools, different subjects.
Not having enough subs presents additional challenges.
When there aren't enough subs, teachers are usually pretty good about covering. If that doesn't work out, then Mr. Bowman and Mr. Burrish and I step in and cover where we can. I appreciate the subs that we have here at PHS because they're always willing to help out when they can. They're very flexible and helpful when they're here.
For PTV, this is Damian Gregory.
My name is Kara Wenzel and I'm going to win just because I'm the best at everything.
I'm Emma Shields and I'm going to win because me and Kara have beef.
Hi, my name is Cody Wood and I'm going to win because this just isn't even a competition. Are we even surprised?
Even though there are a lot of spring activities underway, there is still actual learning going on in the classrooms.
Actual learning, who would have thought?
In Mrs. Weisler's facts classes, students are learning how to crochet. Audrey Bellis shows us how that is going.
The first year of FACS class recently started on a new unit that teaches students a valuable lesson in crochet.
Today in class, students are working on their crochet. They've been on it for a little bit now, and so everybody has completely mastered the chain. We're moving on to the single crochet. A lot of students have finished up their first project, which is a small coaster to set under a mug or glass, and now some students are moving on to the washcloth. That's a little bit more complicated because they have to switch thread colors during this project.
Students that enjoy crocheting are looking forward to doing other projects.
Maybe trying to do a soap bar holder where you can just put it in there and it's like a little sleeve thing, or maybe a little blanket or something.
The coaster I was really looking forward to start because it was the first project, but I'd like to make a blanket or a rug on my own.
But what are the benefits of crocheting?
It's important for elderly because it helps them with their midline, and it's with you working with both hands, so it helps with people with memory problems, and it's just really calming and peaceful.
For PTV, this is Audrey Bellis.
Now it's time for our PTV Sports Update with Luke and Nathan.
Hey Panther fans, it's time for your PTV Sports Update. I'm Nathan Fisher.
And I'm Luke Hoover. Nathan,
Heard you brought home some hardware from the Hayes tennis tournament. Well done.
Thanks. We're still a pretty young team, but it's been fun getting to see some of our hard work pay off.
Let's take a more complete look at how our tennis team did at the tournament. Leighton Johnson was there to give us this report.
PHS tennis team is in full swing with some astonishing results. Coach Jarvis says the team has improved immensely.
We've been getting a lot more consistent in our singles. We've been starting to earn medals more often, so I think we've had a lot of improvement. And then we're finally starting to work on who we want to have as doubles teams, and they're starting to now be able to know what each other are doing and be aggressive. So our doubles teams were all brand new and they had to catch up a little bit, but I think we're having a better season. At the Hayes tournament, at the varsity tournament was awesome for our singles. We went undefeated. Leighton Wyatt was 4-0 and got a gold medal.
Down in Hayes, I felt like I played pretty good. I mean, I got first, so that's a win. So my first match was my hardest. I won 8-4, and then the next two I beat them 8-1. So
Wyatt has set his goals and is ready to achieve them.
Some goals for me are to make it to state and have a winning record.
But before he can achieve those goals, he has more work to be done.
Some improvement I want to see is my serves and probably my backhands.
Nathan Fisher was 5-0. He had 5 matches in one day, went undefeated and had a gold medal there. So our team finished third, and it was a good day. It was a good day.
The doubles teams also feel like they have improved, but they still have some tune-ups.
So my doubles partner was Carson Meidel, and I feel like we did pretty good. There was a couple slip-ups. We both got a little bit irritated with some stuff, but I think overall we did pretty good. Some goals that we have is, I guess, just to improve as players, improve as people, and then I definitely want to go to regionals and do well and hopefully make it to state.
Okay, for the rest of the year, we want to keep trying to earn some medals. So just, they don't have to be gold medals, but first and second medals, getting some wins and improving, making sure everybody's just learning and trying to improve their skills, because we're in a building stage. But honestly, as we look throughout the rest of the season for varsity, I hope we can have a breakthrough at regionals and get somebody to state.
For PTV, this is Leighton Johnson.
Next, in our sports report, we have an update on track. Hey Luke, do you know what sprinters eat before a race?
I have no idea.
Nothing. They fast.
I see what you did there. Well, maybe this next story will jog your memory about how well the track teams did at Smith Center. Take a look.
Last Tuesday, the track team headed to Smith Center for their meet.
We were at the Smith Center Redmond Relays today. It's a pretty big invitational, 13, 14 teams over here in Smith Center, and overall I think we had a really good day.
One of the top performers for the boys' side was Trace Hanchett.
I did all right. I got 3rd in jav and 4th in disc. I got close to my PR in discus and not even close in javelin, so an all right day.
A top performer for the girls' side was Heather Skemper, who not only got first in the 200 and 400, but also contributed to the girls' 4x4 and 4x1 that brought home the gold. Coach Bursch also thinks there were other notable performances as well.
We had several people that were 4th, 5th, or 6th today that maybe placed for the first time or ran PRs, so I'm really excited about those. We had some other athletes that were in the top 1 or 2 also. A couple of our relay teams got first on the girls' side, and so I thought they performed well, but those 4th, 5th, and 6th were really, really big today.
Coach Bursch was pleased overall with the team's performance.
I think overall both teams performed well. The girls ended up 3rd. Boys, I'm not sure on their place where they ended up, but I think as a whole, we competed very well.
For PTV, this is Dayton Huguenin.
Luke, did you know our golfers bring an extra pair of pants to every golf meet?
In case they get a hole-in-one. And here's a report for you about how our golf team did at the Plainville meet.
The golfers traveled to Plainville on Monday to show off their skills.
So Monday we golfed at Plainville and we placed as a team 2nd, and 5 out of the 6 of us placed individually.
The PHS individual placers were Tyler Davis, who placed 6th with a 12 over par, Jesse Blackburn, who placed 9th, Avery Jacobs, who placed 10th, Cole Shelton, who placed 13th, and Ethan Miller, who placed 14th. While some thought they did well,
I got 14th as an individual, and I feel like I played pretty decent.
others thought that they could improve.
I shot an 82. I definitely should have shot in the 70s. Choked on a few holes, but other than that, I played pretty well.
With the sun shining, most golfers thought that it was a great day on the green.
No, it was a relatively easy course and pretty good day for golf.
For PTV, this is Ali Van Kooten.
That's awesome. That's all the time we have for sports today. I'm Luke Hoover.
And I'm Nathan Fisher.
Go Panthers.
That wraps up this episode of PTV. I'm Carson Meidel.
And I'm Dayton Huguenin. Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.